to the CS.
You've
so
made
that
your
the time
point.
the CS is...
You've made your point. You know how to ask the CS a question, follow the procedure to do that. But in the meantime, Honorable Nyikal, you can respond to the issue of budgeting. And also, the committee has the leeway to actually invite the CS or the PS or both to respond to this matter.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. There are two actually aspects. One aspect is actually the budget. I actually did check even up to this morning, and I must say that even the budget this year is not adequate. It's actually 300 million, and it is true there's been a request for more. And I think when we come to the supplementary, as I said, as a committee, we'll do that. So that is an issue. Then the issue raised by Honorable Dawood is that it was passed here that we should have an IC unit and a blood transfusion unit in every county. That is true, but there's a fundamental issue in our structure that when this parliament passes, any committee brings a report and that report is adopted, it ceases to be actually the function of that committee. It goes to the implementation committee. And maybe those of you who watched TV recently, I had an issue where I thought that if you have something with the department, maybe before you bring it to the House, and so that it is the House passes it, you can actually discuss it with the ministry or the agency concerned, so that they know, so that they can actually start working on it instead of coming here. And remember, all the committees we have, whatever decisions they bring to the House that is actually passed in the House, it goes to one committee, which is the implementation committee. I think we should look at that structure. We need to look at it so that committees can actually follow things up. But as you have said, there's a provision which we will use that if there are matters that are important as this, we will get the minister to be here. Because I know there are matters that are still coming, and that is something the committee can take up, get the minister to be here, and respond to these issues that are being raised. Thank you, Honorable.
Very well. Chair, you have another response on a similar matter, so we will not spend so much time on this. The response to Honorable Joyce Kamene.
Once again, thank you, Honorable Speaker. This is in response to Honorable Joyce Kamene regarding blood donation and transfusion services at Kenyatta National Hospital. They are very close but separate. The first one was the shortage of blood transfusion kits nationally. This is the issue of blood transfusion service at Kenyatta National Hospital. In a way, they are related. So the issues that the Honorable Member raised were measures the Ministry of Health has in place to ensure seamless services to patients requiring critical blood transfusion services, especially platelets, donation, and transfusion, given that the center does not operate during weekends and past the scheduled hours. The response is the ministry has established a robust national blood services network to ensure an efficient and effective blood transfusion services. The network comprises of 6 regional blood transfusion centers that act as hubs, namely in Nairobi for Nairobi region, Nakuru for Central Rift region, Eldoret for North Rift region, Kisumu for Lake Basin, Embu and Mount Kenya region, and Mombasa for Coastal region. Each regional blood transfusion center serves between 7 and 10 counties. 45 blood satellite centers or spokes are strategically distributed across the country to ensure equitable access to safe and adequate blood and blood products. And the blood transfusion centers serve as the backbone of the National Blood Services Network, bearing the responsibility for processing, conducting specialized laboratory testing for transfusion, transmissible infections. In addition, they handle storage, distribution, and coordination of blood donor recruitment and collection activities, ensuring a reliable and efficient blood supply system across the respective regions. And I have a list giving the other 45 regional collection centers, apart from the ones I've mentioned. To complementing the hubs are the satellite centers whose primary role is to mobilize donors, collect, process, store, and distribute blood to all transfusion health facilities within their jurisdiction. Together, the hubs and spokes form an integrated network that ensures the availability of safe and adequate blood transfusion across all levels. The Ministry of Health hosts the Nairobi Regional Transfusion Center within the Ministry of Health Hafia Annex Compound, a facility that is distinct from the Kenyatta National Hospital Blood Satellite Center located within the hospital. Although separate, the two centers perform complementary functions that collectively enhance the efficiency and the responsiveness of blood transfusion services in the region. The two-tier support structure ensures seamless coordination, rapid response, and timely access to safe blood for critical patients within Kenyatta National Hospital and the surrounding health facilities. The Kenyatta National Hospital Blood Satellite Center was established to meet the hospital's high demand for blood and blood components, which arises from the specialized surgeries, emergencies, critical care, maternity, and oncology interventions. The facility is fully equipped to prepare all blood components, including platelets that the Honorable Member asked for, plasma and red cell concentrates, and operates on a 24-hour basis, ensuring uninterrupted service delivery to the patients in need. Two, the Honorable Member needed to know the steps being taken to extend the operating hours beyond 5 p.m. and weekends so as to receive more blood donations. The Ministry of Health recognized the growing demand for blood and blood components, particularly in urban referral settings, and is therefore taking proactive measures to enhance operational hours and strengthen service delivery. Currently, all satellite blood bank centers, including Kenyatta National Hospital Satellite, operate on a 24-hour basis, including weekends and public holidays. Similarly, the regional blood transfusion centers operate daily and respond to emergency call-out at night and other hours, ensuring the timely availability of blood for patients in need. However, staffing gaps, especially among technical laboratory officers responsible for blood transfusion testing and components preparation, continue to pose a challenge in extending full routine services on hours beyond 5 p.m. In response, the ministry has implemented several mitigation measures to address these capacity constraints. One, they have initiated a progressive staff deployment plan to strengthen the technical capacity at regional blood transfusion centers while engaging county governments through the existing governmental avenues to strengthen the operation of satellite blood centers and blood banks. Two, the ministry through the Kenya Blood, Tissue and Transplant Services has introduced flexible working shifts and workflow systems to cover extended hours and emergencies. Three, the Kenya Blood Transfusion and Transplant Services has an approved staff establishment of 275 for the 6 regional blood transfusion centers but in post, but staff are only, they have an establishment of 275, but staff in post are only 135, which is 49% of their requirement. In this regard, we have engaged Public Service Commission and have agreed to conduct a work staff load analysis for purposes of finalizing the Kenya Blood Transfusion and Transplant organogram to pave way for engaging more staff optimized operations. This is earmarked to be undertaken by December 2025. We are there. In regard to platelet availability, the ministry has enough capacity at the Nairobi Regional Blood Transfusion Center to prepare, store, distribute complements, including platelets. This has been made possible through the procurement of a newly installed automated equipment in addition to anapheresis at the Regional Blood Transfusion Center. In addition, the ministry continues to collaborate with partners and volunteers to support weekend blood drives and after-hours donor recruitment campaigns, ensuring sustained donor engagement and continuous replacement of blood stocks.